must realize you are doomed.
What's happening, everybody? Thanks for joining the Scoundrels Podcast. This is At the Helm, and we got some movie news for you this week. All right, Rich, how you doing today? Pretty good?
Doing great. How about you, man?
All right, man. Let's get into this. At the Helm. Let me just tell you guys, it's been released and announced that Godzilla vs. Kong Part 2, the sequel, has a release date in 2024. Rich, what do you think about this news? I know we reviewed it a long time ago when it first came out.
Long time ago.
Well, it feels like a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was during the pandemic. It hit the theaters, but a lot of people did go see it during the pandemic, but they watched a lot of it on HBO Max. But everybody enjoyed it, for what it was. And what do you think about them announcing Part 2, Godzilla vs. Kong?
You know what? It might feel like a very long time for me, because whenever we started this podcast, I think it was like maybe our third or fourth review.
Yeah.
So it just seems like so long ago, and it's honestly been a long time coming until they finally announced it. I'm excited for it. I really enjoyed the last one, so I was looking forward for them to finally announce this one. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I had fun with the first one. If you want to know how fun we had, check out our old video back there for the first Godzilla vs. Kong. Also, there's an announcement of a Star Wars film coming out soon, or not soon, but start shooting, I would say. In 2023, they're going to start shooting a Star Wars film. No title whatsoever for it, but Taika Waititi, one of your favorite directors so far, especially with Thor. You love his Thor movies. You really do. One coming out, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. It's actually coming out this weekend. Thor: Love and Thunder. But anyways, Star Wars film coming, starting to shoot in 2023. By the time it comes out, it might be 24, maybe early 25. But man, it seems like a long time since Star Wars had a film come on out to the theaters. Do you think it's been too long since we had a Star Wars film out there?
Oh, definitely. It's been a long time, and I'm actually very glad that it's Taika Waititi doing a Star Wars film. I felt like he's been on fire lately. Started with Ragnarok. I don't know if you ever seen Reservation Dogs, but that's like one of his little side shows. It's a television show. I really enjoyed that. Then he's got Love and Thunder coming out. That one's getting a lot of high praise. So I'm actually really glad that he's gonna have his hands on a Star Wars story.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's gotten his hands on a Star Wars story. You know what? I don't mind that it's been such a long break, to be perfectly honest with you. I kind of disagree with you because they've been giving us The Mandalorian, which I've definitely been enjoying. They gave us Kenobi, they're giving us Andor, little stuff for us, during the wait. And I just want them to do these films right. I don't care how long it takes. Do them right. Do them justice. I know the Taika Waititi one is totally different, new. It's not a part of the original trilogy of the characters or anything. It's something new, so it's going to be all new characters, all new time period, which is great. Take your time. Plan it out, please. Take as much time as you need.
Especially the lightsaber fights, like Dave was saying in one of our reviews. They got to get better.
They got to get better. No, Just FYI, the last one we had with Kenobi and Vader, that was better. That was the best lightsaber fight Disney ever produced, and it was better. And the reason why it worked so much better was because there was emotion to it. There was personal things tied into there, and you felt that, But yeah, definitely, it's worth the wait for me. They're giving us little stuff with all these series to hold us off until the next Star Wars movie comes out, which is fine. Just like I said, do it right and plan it out, please.
Yeah.
All right, another topic we got going here in movie news is, I don't know if you've watched Ghostbusters Afterlife that came out, I think it was about a year ago. Did you watch that film?
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it so much I actually bought it.
Oh, wow. Physical media?
Yeah, the physical Blu-ray.
Wow. Now that's surprising.
Yeah,
Somebody buying physical media lately. But, I'm a big original Ghostbusters fan. I love the cartoons back in the day. That was part of my generation. Watching Ghostbusters, the first original two, I grew up on that stuff. I constantly watched that stuff,
Yeah.
So it was great, this last one, Afterlife, did it justice. Okay, was it better than the first one? No, of course not.
Oh yeah.
Nothing, it's so hard to best an original classic, but it was pretty damn good. I enjoyed every little bit of this. It was a good one. I'm glad that they're announcing a release date, and that's what the news is. They're announcing a release date for Christmas of next year. So it's going to be Christmas of 2023 is a release date. So they're now shooting.
Okay.
So it's pretty quick, and I'm glad that they're doing that because it got such good reviews on the last Ghostbusters Afterlife. So I'm interested what they're gonna do and what that's all been about. So I'm glad they're announcing it. So excited. I'm such a big Ghostbusters fan. What else I wanted to say was your boy Christian Bale's in the news. A little bit of a news again this week. Yes, I'm pretty sure that tickles you, right?
Yeah.
So Christian Bale, right? Of course, all these actors are asked same old questions half the damn time about, reprising this role, reprising that role, reprising this role. And of course, it was after, he was at a press thing with doing Thor: Love and Thunder, because he's in there. He's in the comic book movie, even though after he was done with the Dark Knight series, he said he'll never be he don't want to do another comic book movie again. Well, liar.
Money talks.
Liar, because money talks, man.
Money talks.
So you're in another comic book movie. So they're gonna ask you, hey, since you are doing another comic book movie, which you're in, what do you think about reprising the Batman, the Dark Knight again? And his answer was, only if Christopher Nolan was doing it would he ever think about doing another Batman Dark Knight movie. He said, if he's behind it and he's got a story for me, you're damn right, I will sign up for it. But that's the only way he would do a Dark Knight movie again. What did you think about him answering that question?
It's funny. It's people still ask him this question because they've asked him this in the past, and it's like him and Nolan have like a father-son relationship. Mm-hmm. They always stick together because they've asked him this in the past. He said the same thing. It's like, only if Christopher Nolan directs it will he ever come back. So I feel like it's just repeat every time they do ask him this. He won't do it unless Christopher Nolan's a part of it.
You know what? I don't care. I don't want you to be Batman anymore. I don't really care. I got Michael Keaton coming back. That's the Batman I want back. You're not my Batman. You're okay. You're not my Batman. I don't care. So Michael Keaton's fine for me, man. You can just move to the side, and maybe 20 years from now, you'll be like Michael Keaton and say, hey, I want to reprise this role. Whatever. I got Michael Keaton. I don't need you. Stay away, buddy. So I know there was one piece of news that you got from me, I believe, speaking about people reprising their roles or certain character roles. You got one, right?
Yeah. All right. So talking about like reprising roles, maybe not reprising, but bringing back certain comic book characters. It's been in the news on that. What's his name? Taron Egerton. What's his name?
Yeah.
Played Elton John in the movie Rocket Man. He actually wants to play. He actually wants to be the next Wolverine. He wants to take over for Hugh Jackman and take over that character. I don't know how I feel about that too much. I mean, I thought his acting, he was great in Kingsman. He was great in Rocket Man. His acting wise is great, but I haven't seen him on too many action-packed stuff besides Kingsman. But how do you feel about that one?
How do I feel? Listen, nothing against the guy. He's a good actor, does good stuff. Loved him in Rocket Man. He did a great job in there. I'm not a big fan of the Kingsman franchise, but he did good in there as well. Not a big fan of it. But yeah, he's a good actor. But no! There's only one person who could play Wolverine. That's Hugh Jackman. That's it. That is it. They can't get anybody else for me to be satisfied. I don't care how good they act in it. It's not going to be Hugh Jackman. Then it's not Wolverine for me. I'm sorry. There's just certain people who roles were meant for certain individuals, and Wolverine was the perfect role for Hugh Jackman. I'm sorry. You're not going to change my mind. He could do a great job or whatever, but he's not gonna be my Wolverine. I'm sorry. Leave it for Hugh Jackman, and that's it. I mean, hey, I know Hugh Jackman said he's done, but like you said earlier, money it talks. Trust me. So,
Well, I mean,
they're gonna put Wolverine back in. It's gonna be Hugh Jackman. It's gotta be Hugh Jackman.
I mean, if they brought back Xavier in this last Doctor Strange movie, I mean, they're gonna start hinting towards X-Men joining the MCU.
Exactly.
So they're gonna need a Wolverine. I don't know if Hugh Jackman's gonna do it. So I mean, hopefully he does, but we'll see.
Well,
Like you said,
what do you
money
think?
talks.
You weren't too sure about him reprising
Yeah,
this role?
I wasn't too sure of him. Being the next Wolverine, but I'm interested in seeing how they are going to handle that situation with Wolverine. Whenever they just introduce Xavier back, and he's like, they're trying to get the X-Men into the MCU. I would love to see who they decide to get for Wolverine. I'm not so sure about him, but I don't know if they can get Hugh Jackman back. We'll see.
Listen, how do I want to say this? So, if they're gonna recast Wolverine here, they might as well recast everybody, and even Xavier. Okay, that's the only way it can work for me. They got to recast, it's Professor X. They got to recast all of them. Don't even bring Patrick Stewart back then. If you're gonna do a X-Men revamp type deal, because then it's just then you know that's a wholly different universe altogether that what is being made. So that's the only way it could work for me. But no, as far as I'm not dissing the guy. He's a good actor. Not dissing him. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, so Robert Pattinson, right? Guy who played this emo Batman in The Batman, which was a good movie. We both agreed. It was a good movie. We watched it. He hinted that the new villains in the sequel is going to be possibly the Court of Owls. Let me say, how do you feel about that? And then, but ultimately, the way the first one ended, they were hinting like the Joker was going to be possibly the villain.
Definitely.
But how do you think about that? Him hinting about the Court of Owls. I know
the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls would be something very different. I would enjoy that, but I'm not gonna lie. I did have my hopes up for possibly another Mr. Freeze. That's what I was hoping for. Was a Mr. Freeze.
You know what?
Because the last time they did it, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it. I'm not bashing him or anything, but they could get a way better actor, and the graphics are way better now. They could do so much different things with him. So I was hoping for a Mr. Freeze, but I mean, I'll take Court of Owls.
And if whoever that Mr. Freeze is, he's gonna say, "Hey everyone, chill," like Arnold said. But anyways, you know what? Hey, I love that idea what you just did. Wow.
Yeah,
I would love to see a Mr. Freeze. Now the Joker, the Court of Owls, let me just say, it's kind of like an Illuminati type deal. Basically, the Court of Owls. It's not these like major villain, but it's the Court of Owls, kind of like Illuminati, a secret organization type deal, controlling stuff from the past and everything, from the courts to the government, to all that stuff, right? I appreciate that. If that is, I appreciate that it's different because they're giving us a different villain, a different vibe than from the other ones. I mean, how many Jokers can we get?
I know.
And I get
that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too. So I kind of wish, okay, they hinted about the Joker. That was fine. It was good. Even the deleted scene that we saw recently too on YouTube, they had a couple months ago, the deleted scene with the interaction with Joker and Batman. They didn't have it in a theater theatrical release. I enjoyed that for what it was too, though. But it's fine. We've got enough Jokers. We've done enough about Joker for now. Let's save him for later because everybody's going to be drawn to the Joker. Let them keep doing something different like they did with the Batman. Something different. This is something different. The Court of Owls. This is something different. But I love the Mr. Freeze thing. I totally love the Mr. Freeze thing.
I mean, when you think about it,
it's time for them to recast that role.
When you think about it, how many times have they done Joker, Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler now? They've done these guys twice or more.
Two-Face. They even did
Two-Face. So it's time for Mr. Freeze. Like this would be such a good villain to have. Not only like fight scene wise, because this would be the first time he faces a villain who's actually not like just human. Like Joker's just a guy. Poison Ivy's just a woman, just with like, you know, special little powers. But Catwoman, she's just a thief. Riddler, he's just like a psychopath. So this would be nice to have Mr. Freeze, and just to see what they can do graphic wise with him versus Batman. But I mean, that's just a dream of mine. Yeah, hopefully.
Hey, but you know what? I agree with you on that. I didn't even think about that. The way you said it, I'm like, that makes sense as far as let's bring Mr. Freeze. Let's reprise
I would love
this
that,
character. You know what I'm saying? Like, gosh, you're absolutely right about that. What do you guys think out there, though? That's the question. What Batman then do you want to see in part 2 of The Batman?
Yeah.
And what do you think about Robert Pattinson hinting about the Court of Owls and not necessarily the Joker like you thought they were setting up?
Yeah.
Leave your comments down below on that, please. We're gonna wrap it up over here. We got one more little side note. Netflix just recently came out was it 2 days ago? Before this recording that we're doing right now. Sorry, folks, it's a little early for me. Stop laughing at me. Don't edit it out, because you know what? This is real. This is raw. And we're doing it. But anyways, so 2 days before this recording, Netflix announced that it was crashed because of Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2 came out. Everybody was waiting. I know a couple people who are waiting till midnight, and then they didn't realize you had to wait till 2:00 because it was midnight California time. So they had to wait even longer. But they had their popcorn ready and everything, snacks at 2:00 in the morning and midnight. I'm like, oh boy. So I'm like, what did you think about that and how crazy that is? Netflix was kind of down for a while.
That shows you the type of draw Netflix has. Everyone was ready for these final 2 episodes. I know I was, and I know you were. So the fact that so many people jumped on, it crashed their servers, and everything just went down. I mean, that shit blows my mind.
Yeah, man, it's even crazier because before Stranger Things 4 came out, you didn't hear a lot of buzz about it. Am I right, though?
No, you're right.
You didn't. And then finally it came out. Everybody was talking about it the past month too, because they did it in 2 segments, which I think is the best format for them.
Yeah, I let people sit around and talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I let people sit around and discuss.
Whole month, over a month, everybody's talking about Stranger Things for the whole month, and now they're talking about it for another couple of weeks about that ending and everything, how it ended. So yeah, that's crazy. I'm happy for Netflix. And all the people who worked on Stranger Things 4, it just shows how much work they put into that season and how it just gravitated to this season on Stranger Things Season 4. And with that being said, though, go ahead and look for our video on our review of Stranger Things 4 Volume 2. Look for our review and check us out, what we had to say about Stranger Things Volume 2. All right, Rich, I'm going to wrap it up for sure on that. That's it. We ended it on a good note. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us on the Scoundrel Podcast at the helm. If you like this video, do us a favor. Give us a woo right down below. We truly appreciate y'all. Dave and Rich.
That's how he's doing good feedback. I'm gay. No.
He's gonna get the fucking rainbow. Just come and spit it out. Yeah, pride, like power. He's gonna turn into fucking Rainbow Bright.
like freaking Soldier Boy. He's just gonna shoot it through his chest.